Because here's the other thing I can tell you about the people at your table group, the people that God brings to you as friends, is that the friend you want isn't always the friend you need. Isn't that the truth? Joseph dives into the dreams of these new friends of his, right? And it's interesting to read the story because he's asking them how they're doing. Why are you down? Tell me about your dreams. Not once did they ask him about himself. He had to tell them about himself after the whole situation transpired. But Joseph dives into their situations with them, interprets their dreams. And to the cupbearer, he tells him, listen, man, I've got good news for you. You're going to get off the hook. Pharaoh's going to discover that you're innocent. He's going to restore you back to where you should be. You're going to get your job back. You're going to get your life back. And by the way, when you get your life back, and you're just going to remember me because I've got this situation and this chick accused me of this stuff and it's not true. And I'm here because my brother told me this thing. He told them the whole thing. And I just need you to remember me. How does the cupbearer respond? He forgets him, right? He forgets him. But then to the baker, who gets all excited about this positive dream. This poor sucker gets all excited about, positive dream interpretation. I want to go get some of that. And so he asks Joseph, okay, Joseph, tell me about my dream. What's going to happen for me? What does God have in store for me? What's the truth of God's life for me? Verse 19, 3 days from now, Pharaoh's going to lift you up and impale your body on a pole. Then birds will come and peck away at your flesh. Well, okay. Thanks a lot, Joseph. That's great. Not really the answer I was looking for, right? You can see that I'm struggling here. Not having the best time of things, as you may have noticed. I'm in jail. It's been a rough day. You can see that I'm having problems. And this is your interpretation. This is how you kind of tell me all about my life, you jerk. What's wrong with you? You know, when I sit people in table groups as a teacher in my classroom, I don't put kids in the table spots and the seating assignments that I do because they're always going to enjoy the things that come out of the mouths of the people that are close to them. That's not part of my rationale. I do it because I have an assignment for them that I need them to get done. I do it because I have a curriculum that we need to get through. Sometimes the people put around you in the classroom, they're going to be for their benefit. Like I put you in a group hoping you're going to have a positive effect on them. I want you to help them. Other times, the people I put in your group are because I want them to help you. I want them to influence you. I want them to pull you in a better direction. I want you to get your eyes on your assignment the way they have their eyes on their assignment. And that might mean that on occasion, they tell you things you don't want to hear. Like, shut up. Be quiet. Like, you're off task. You're out of line. Don't talk to him like that. These are things I'm hoping are going to come out of it. This baker needs his eyes on God right now in a bad way. In a bad way. Worse than he knows. Because in a minute, he's going to meet God in a real personal way. So who better to help him with that than Joseph, a guy who already has his eyes on God, telling this man where it's at and telling him you need to get your eyes on him too. Listen, a real friendship is always going to be secure enough to tell you how it really is. Okay? They are. If something is going to kill you, and I don't tell you about that, I sugarcoat it, I dance around it, I avoid it, what kind of friend am I being? Not a good one. Okay? If you're in danger from something, and I don't tell you, what kind of friend am I being? It is not compassionate to just tell people what they want to hear and jump on the bandwagon of their foolishness so that you can avoid a conflict. That is not it. Compassion says, I love you too much to not tell you the truth about what's really going on here. Mr. Baker, sir, I don't know what you put in the bread at Pharaoh's house, but what I can tell you is he found out about it, and it's time to make some peace with God, my friend, because he's coming for you. Too many times the friends we want are the friends that are going to laugh with us. They are the friends that are going to affirm us. They're going to tell you that all your feelings that you have, that they're all good, they're all perfectly righteous, they're all completely in line. They're going to agree with you. They're going to tell you you're right, that yes, you do deserve better than that. When we're struggling in relationships, we ask for advice from people who've known nothing but broken relationships. When we're struggling financially, we ask other broke people what they would do in our situation. When we're struggling with trauma or we're struggling with hurts, we ask other traumatized and hurt people how they're handling it in their life, and we let people set the bar for us, set the standard for us, set the norms for us, and affirm every crackerjack idea we have, because that's what we think a good friend is supposed to do. What? You disagree with me? Yeah, it's awful. You think I overreacted? You think I was out of line? You think I should apologize? You think I've had enough to drink? You think I should pray about it? What? Are you serious right now? What kind of friend are you? I guess you think I'm pretty stupid, don't you? I guess you think I'm pretty selfish if you don't agree with me. Does this sound familiar to anybody? You ever had conversations with people like that? It's maddening. It's maddening. A real friend is someone who's going to risk disagreeing with you. Maybe even risk offending you because they know you well enough to do what Joseph did, and that's interpret what's going on in your life as something that needs some correction, something that needs some truth. That's why the Bible says in Proverbs 27, verses 5 and 6, open criticism is better than hidden love. Come on, somebody. You can trust what your friend says even when it hurts, but your enemies want to hurt you even when they act nice. That's the book of Proverbs. And that's the baker. You know, the cupbearer who got the good news from Joseph, he never says thank you. There's no moment where he comes up to Joseph and says, oh man, thank you so much. I just really appreciate that. How could I ever repay you, Joseph? Joseph tells the cupbearer about his situation. Like, look, man, I'm in prison here because some bad things happened to me, and I need some help getting out of here. So when you get up to Pharaoh's house, would you tell him all about what happened to me? Because this isn't right. And you would think that the cupbearer, having been wrongly imprisoned himself, would do that because what's happening to him isn't right either. He may resonate with this a little bit. But he doesn't. He will eventually. He will eventually in this story. We're going to come back to that next week. But in the moment, he doesn't. He's just too busy looking out for himself. And isn't that just like most people? We just forget. We just forget. You know, being forgotten can really hurt. When my first church plant closed, it was a rough time for me. I had friends in ministry, guys I'd known for 20 years, began to distance themselves from me. Some of them were pastors whom I had actually helped to start their own church. Others had Skyped me into regional gatherings of churches and other pastors so that I could tell them my church planting success story and kind of be an encouragement that way to other people, and everybody was happy about it. But when I started experiencing my own troubles, only a select few were willing to respond to emails or text messages that were asking for help or advice. Even fewer were helpful or encouraging. I found that I had gone from church planting poster boy 1 minute to black sheep of the ministry family the next. It was a real tough deal. Some of them, trying to be diplomatic, recommended books that I should read. Others, less diplomatically, suggested alternative career paths for me that I should investigate. One of them chided me for not taking a job in his church that he had offered me years before that. And another one told me flatly, your ministry is over. Straight up. There are few things as harsh as being forgotten and abandoned by the people in your life that should have never forgotten you and never abandoned you. That kind of thing will get you questioning everything. Believe me, I get it. I have. If you're feeling like that today in a relationship in your life, I want you to know that you're not alone. Everybody feels that way sometimes. Everyone has friends that hurt them, that betray them, that act stupidly, that do stupid things. And when that happens, here's what I want you to do with it. It's the last piece. I'm going to let you out on this, okay?